Do you like basketball? Basketball, no. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Say it full volume, I understand.
Hello everybody. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the only NBA podcast that hired professional lip readers to break down what Shedeur Sanders was saying to those reporters. I'm your host, Jack, aka Joestar. Hey, this is not a paywall episode, so I don't think I should say that on public YouTube. I'm your host, Jack, aka joestar. With me, as always, the mischievous, the scary, the spooky Pablo Escobar. We're joined today by one Matthew Sponhour. Ostensibly a Hornets episode, but we can talk about whatever. I don't give a fuck. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm alright, I won't lie. We're recording this at 10 a.m. I woke up exactly at 10 and got out of bed. Nice. Now we're recording.
Is this okay? So literally the last time I was on Stay Hot, you guys went at 9:30 in the morning. So I thought that was representative of when you guys usually go.
It was since then my sleep schedule is falling apart a little bit, unfortunately. I mean, that's my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is so bad right now.
Everybody's if you're in the podcasting game, you got to have an evil ass sleep schedule. It's just how it goes.
It's gotten better, but my alarm didn't go off. I was supposed to wake up at 9, but this is fine. And I'm glad to be here. I'm thrilled. So.
Hey, nice. Were you up late last night? What was the play?
I was up until here's what gets me. Is during the football season, we record after the final game of Sunday night.
Ugh.
And, sometimes it doesn't end until 12, or 12:30 or whatever, if it's going to go 4 hours and be a dog shit game or whatnot. So, if you do a pod right after that, then it's 2 o'clock. And then you're going to play some video games instead of going to bed. So, when you combine
and you got to meet
that,
up with the Huzz and then maybe the Chuz, too.
Yep. That's exactly it.
Pablo, but you gotta meet up with the. That's Pablo's core tenet. He's like, no matter what happens tonight, I'm meeting up with the Huzz.
Every night you brush your teeth, skincare routine, meet up with the Huzz. If it doesn't go well, meet up with the Chuz.
Yes. I cannot imagine doing it would be the worst episode we ever recorded if it was late at night, because I'd be low energy. I just don't have the vibe. I'm not in talking mode at that point.
I think the only time we did it was for the Luka trade,
and that was different. That was a shot of it. You texted me, that can't be real, and my adrenaline didn't go down until 4.5 hours later, I would say.
I was upset. I could have killed someone.
That was a crazy one. I woke up at 6:30 a.m. seeing that. I remember I had to go record videos in my car. I will say, though, if you are low energy and you do record a bunch of pods like that, they will call you AJ Hawk a lot.
Oh,
if you maybe don't say quite as much. So, yeah, for sure.
Is he still on?
I have seen.
I think so. I have no idea. I can't say that I've tuned into the McAfee show that much.
I'm not a dedicated viewer anymore. He fell off once he went mainstream. Pat McAfee's one of those weird guys where I have a pretty firm recollection of him telling a story about him doing some shit against Troy Polamalu and then being oh, that was a pretty funny story. This guy's got some personality to him. And ever since I saw that one clip, he's just been steamrolling to the point where 6 months later, I was that is enough Pat McAfee for my entire lifetime. And now he's like Joe Rogan of sports, pretty much. He's at the top of the world.
Yeah, and he's doing stunts on College Game Day or whatever. Have you guys been seeing? He'll jump into a pool from a big diving board, or he'll stand up on the table and chug a beer or something sick like that.
Hell yeah. That's so cool.
Wait, so do you guys hear and see me? It says trying to reconnect. Make sure you have a stable internet connection.
God damn it. I mean, I see you. Yeah. Matt, what about you?
I see him. Theo like doxed me with, he's like, this park is 2 blocks from your house. How about that?
On the show.
Yeah. Theo
so
accidentally like he
hilarious.
put out his phone number years ago. He just like showed it on a live stream and got like 100,000 texts or whatever.
Did he have to change
Holy
it?
fuck.
I honestly don't think that he did.
Base.
That's
Just
crazy.
weathered
I
the
think it ended up,
storm.
I think it ended up being okay.
Yesterday I got a random it popped up at the top of my phone. It was like video call incoming, and it was from a phone number that was like, it was like 5 separate 2-digit numbers, and then instantly it went video call canceled. I've been so paranoid about that ever since. I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, can you guys see in my camera now? Who are you people? And so that has not been a great feeling. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll tell
I
you
feel
what.
like I've seen numbers like that before, but I don't know.
What, Pablo?
I did a video. Well, I made a hit video. It got to 1 million views.
It
and
went
then
so viral, guys. It popped off.
it should be more, but there was interference. And so I'll tell you exactly what happened. It got to 900,000. Then they took it down. They said this violates community guidelines. I appealed. I said, "You idiots."
What was the video about?
It's about
Yeah,
how
what was it?
it was about how Jason Tatum might have stolen Charlie Kirk's Achilles and put it in his body, and then that's
Right.
fueling his latest recovery. So I made the video, and I'm just asking the question. I'm not. I said allegedly. I'm not saying he did. They said violate community guidelines. I said no, it doesn't. Then they said you're right. You pwned us. It doesn't violate community guidelines. Then I went to sleep. I was like, yes, I'm gonna wake up to 2 trillion views maybe, because this baby's not gonna stop now.
More than Gangnam Style.
More than Gangnam Style. I woke up 1.1 million. It got taken down again. They said, you idiot. Guess what? You don't get to appeal it this time. I said, what are you talking about? You just approved it. So then I sent out a different type of request. Then, like an hour later, they put it back up, but they have just killed all momentum. They show it to one person every 2 hours, and that one person, they repost it, they add it to their story, and they do all the big stuff. I'm like, surely this should be going bonkers, but no, they've stopped it dead in their tracks. So you know why? Because Larry Ellenson, that skank, who's a co-owner of the Warriors, he's buying TikTok, and they're suppressing all Charlie Kirk talk, I'm sure.
Totally
Yeah.
different algo. Are you waging war against a unjust system going forward, or are you conforming to what the system asks to stay
I feel like I already conform. You know, I'm a middle
For
of the
sure,
road guy.
for sure.
You know, I hear all viewpoints, and so I don't understand what's so inflammatory about that.
I'm just the guy asking questions. I thought that's what Charlie Kirk did. I thought he just showed up to
New
college
algo
campuses
doesn't like
and asked questions. Because if your wife wears lipstick, should she be castrated? You know, like that's the kind of questions he would ask.
Yo,
And so I'm asking less controversial questions, I'd say.
Is it still called castrated when it happens to ladies?
Grammar nerd over here. We're talking.
Or I'm
we're
trying to be
talking
about 'cause
castration, dude.
Your wife could also be, you know. Yeah, we don't need to get into the whole, you know, the fucking woke left fucking.
Did you
bullshit,
see
man.
LeBron said he shouted out men and women, but not NBs on Kaisenet's stream? He said God has a plan for men and women, but he didn't say others.
Okay.
I wasn't tapped into the Kai Cenat stream, man, but you were? You watched the whole thing?
Dude, did I
Pablo's a
watch
big
the
Kai
whole
Cenat.
thing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna my rent's late this month because I have had my name on that screen several times.
I like Speed more than Kai Cenat.
Yeah, I do too. And you know what he did on his thing is so vibey. He when he travels to the different city, he sleeps in his tour bus and he just plays lo-fi music, and he has like a camera that shows the road, like from the driver POV, and it's like Lightning McQueen being transported for
Life
a
is a
race.
highway.
It's great. I love it.
He also went to Cincinnati. He's from Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's an Ohio
He's
guy.
a Cincinnati, yeah. Him.
Wow. The only
Clooney
person,
isn't really from Cincinnati, but-
from my hometown, Malcolm X, Marlon Brando, and the balloons. I forgot. I can't hold up the number 2 anymore. And then Destiny the Omni-Liberal from Twitch and stuff.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the big 3. That's the big 3 right there.
3 of the
I wish we had
greatest
speed.
activists of all time.
Yeah, I
Well, I
know.
guess
He
Marlon
saved
Brando's an
millions of
actor.
lives.
Yeah.
He was fighting with Adam Friedland recently, but I don't know what about. I just saw a video of them being mean to each other.
I saw a video of Adam
And I
Friedland.
threw
Oh,
my
that's
phone across
old.
the
That's
room.
old. Yeah, that,
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. That was when he was like first got into contact with them.
Adam Friedland was rizzing up Mia Khalifa. That's what the comments were saying
He has
in a
a
video
Oh,
clip.
he has a fiance, dude. It's not what it was. It was professional.
Okay, professional riz.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it depends on what you mean by that, but Friedland's a good guy.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. He gets cheated on. He wouldn't do the cheating, dude.
Nice. Hell yeah. His fiance hooks up with Mia Khalifa instead. This is dope.
No, he
so
has
I-
been cheated on, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I think.
I just wasn't
Well,
sure
it
if you were up on the lore.
I remember there was like 5 years ago, through like sound bites, they would be like, yeah, and this fucking dork gets cheated on. And so I would Google Adam Friedland's situation or whatever.
I still don't know how people find out about that stuff. Like, where was it? Was it posted somewhere? I don't even know.
I have no fucking
You know,
clue.
Stav dated Rachel Sennett. I don't know how people know about that either.
It's because there's a fat shadow in the video where she's like, I'm in LA and we all do drugs. It's like a funny meme video she made that blew up. And the guy,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're
the
talking about.
guy recording it is backlit and he's the size of a building. It's so funny. Oh my fucking god. Alright, I'm done. I'm done with parasocial talk. I'm done talking about the huzz and the chuzz.
Let's talk about Pablo's location right now.
Let's do
Let's
it.
talk about the current address that he's at and when you can find him.
Okay,
Guys-
Pablo, you have to give up one, longitude or latitude. What are you going?
Neither, dude, because you know what
You
Matt
have to give up
has?
one. Come on.
You know what Matt has
Longitude easily. Come on.
under his mic? He has the little Predator missile laptop. That's his goal right here. And he knows if I just wait 10 seconds...
Buddy, if I
he
had
has to
that,
land
you'd
some
already
drop.
know. Buddy, it'd be a short episode if I had that.
How many kills do you have? What's your streak right now?
It's about to be 1, man.
About to be
I'm only
one.
after
No,
you.
You don't get it out of nowhere. What is Predator missile? I don't remember.
I think it's like 5.
Who were guys? Who were Matt's
Oh, you're
first
saying
4?
like a kill streak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, I got the Harrier jet, so I'm outside
The
Pablo's
Harrier
window,
was
just floating
so
around.
good because you get the explosion and then it sticks around and kills for you.
I love you, Todd. It kills for you. It kills. I love that.
I love letting AI. I love any game where I control AI. Like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the one that was in London. I love that one because you can have your own gang and you could call them anytime you want, and just 4 dudes show up and they start killing everyone for you. I love that stuff. I also love Watch Dogs 2. You can go up to people and you can pew, and you can either put a hit on them so gang members show up and kill them, or you could get the police to come take them away.
I know you're joking around, but did you play Watch Dogs? I remember
I
that
di-
being like such a big deal when I was a kid. I never played it before because it was like the sick ass hacker game, right? I'm
Yeah.
not-
Watch Dogs
I never played 'em.
1. Watch Dogs 1 I never played, but it was
I thought
crazy.
it bombed horribly.
It might have, because it looked crazy in the trailers for the time, like the graphics and everything. Watch Dogs 2 I did play, and I had a lot of fun. It was so good, I stopped playing it before I beat it, because I was like, I don't want to beat it right now and be done with it. And then I never ended up playing with it again, but it was really good.
Wow.
And it was around the same time Moana came out, so it was a big time for me.
Are you a big Moana guy?
Yeah, I love the Moana soundtrack. Moana 1. The soundtrack
Okay.
is... So, the Moana soundtrack is better than the Frozen soundtrack, but the Frozen movie, I think, is better than the Moana movie. Like, plot-wise.
Okay. Matt, do you have any thoughts about that?
I've never seen either, and I've Never heard either soundtrack all the way.
Whoa, Moana soundtrack.
I feel like
it's like Hamilton
take-
in Hawaii. It's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Okay. I'll take the What Can I Say Except You're Welcome over any of the Frozen songs that I've heard. I'll give you that one now. But I've never seen either movie all the way through.
They're probably worth a watch at some point, but I don't know. They were just kind of everywhere when I was younger. I remember that, like, just especially like the longevity of Frozen is what really blows me away. It's like still seeing kids with like Frozen backpacks or whatever, and then
They made
looking back
another
and
one
being
now,
like,
right?
yeah, but I think it's only been 2 movies over the course of like 15 years, pretty much.
Yeah.
And to have like this kind of cultural dominance, it's
I think
it's
there's
pretty
I think a
crazy.
lot of animated movies can pull that off though, right? I mean, I remember The Incredibles being really culturally important, and we didn't get the second movie of that until I was like older, if I remember. But like it came, I don't know, when did the original Incredibles come out?
Well, that's just one of
Bro,
the
it
best
came-
movies ever made.
Yeah.
That's a great
we
movie.
want to talk Incredibles. We can talk Incredibles.
Oh man, I've been getting a ton of Incredibles lore, and people are doing voice acting for Gamma Jack. Oh, it's crazy stuff. There's a lot of
they
lot of
had that-
leaks.
Yeah, they had that little like bonus DVD thing that people keep
Yeah.
posting on TikTok where it's like, here's the rundown on each.
That's what you don't get with
here's
streaming.
like a voice file for each.
It's
guy,
like an
yeah.
hour and a half of bullshit to just comb through with your
Yeah.
TV remote. You have to. All you get is the movie on streaming. It's like, where's my special features? Where's my bloopers that they animated in? Come on.
Is Mr. Beast posting bloopers behind the scenes? I don't know.
I
I
don't
think
know either.
Mr. Beast is too corporate for bloopers, for something like funny like that.
No, his original
Should make
videos are
him
just too
seem-
funny. There's no reason to post bloopers.
The bloopers are serious. The bloopers, it's like when you go from the video to the bloopers, it's like it's kind of a downgrade. I do wonder what his outtakes look like. Where it's just like, what's up? I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna run it back. That I got off to a bad one that time.
Do you think he might have hit someone? Like he might like throw stuff at the cameraman, and be like, "You threw me off," and then he has to re-say the line again. What's up, Beast here? Oh, is he still
don't
on
know.
your jerseys, Matt?
What, Mr. Beast? No, we moved past that.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to see. I think he's maybe fallen off because I haven't heard specifically anything about him.
No, I think he just
Mr.
did a video
Beast?
where someone he put someone in a
Would you
burning
risk
building.
dying for $500,000? Yeah, and he puts them in a burning building. Okay.
Dude, it's so funny how he's like jumped the shark at this point. It's like flanderization, where like someone
Yeah.
a cartoon like 2 years ago, that was what people joked. Mr. Beast ties someone to an anchor and throws them into the middle of a lake for $1 million, and now he's just posting shit like, "Yep, you have to escape a burning building, and I'll pay you for it."
I might have to watch it
He's-
because how do they do that safely? It's great.
I
It's
have
intriguing.
no idea. In the thumbnail, he's tied up with the fire around him, but to be clear, the actual video is not him in the burning
Yeah.
building at all. He's
Yeah.
outside of it for sure.
But that's how you get people to click. They say, "Beast, no, get him out of the fire."
And we're masters of that here at this podcast. Our thumbnails, some of the best in the business.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are consistent with the thumbnail game. You're trustworthy with the thumbnail game.
Even the listeners of this podcast, everyone who consistently like listens, they hate them. They're like, "Guys, this would be bigger if you put more effort in it." It's like, I try. But
It'll be a new template once we get bigger. Like the word "smosh" didn't mean anything until it did.
Oh, here's the thing. One day you guys are going to go super crazy viral. Like, however viral a sports podcast can go. And then the OG fans will be like, I miss the days when every thumbnail looked the same. Now it's all high-tech AI,
Yep.
sort of Mr. Beast maximized stuff, and they're going to hate what they asked for.
Little hubris. I was thinking, what just popped into my mind when you said AI, we should get like an AI, you know how Joe Rogan, Jamie, look that up. We should get like Cortana, look that up or some shit. And then it just pulls up the wrong thing. And we're like, it's fine. Never mind, Cortana, sorry.
How? So I wonder what our most viral moment will be. Listen, I wonder. I hope it's not us getting in trouble, but I want.
Oh, me too.
It'd be cool. I want. Maybe we get Adam Silver on, and he's because he thinks maybe we win a contest and we get Adam Silver on.
It's
And
you
then-
guys getting in trouble or me blowing your shit up here in about 45 minutes.
Oh no! Oh my God! The podcast Predator missile on.
Most viral moment, yeah, the triangulation incident. Once we found out where Pablo actually was.
Oh my God! If I got predatored, you know what they'd say in the comments? They'd say,
What?
"Freaking Sponhour masterclass, Matt masterclass, Matt Predator masterclass."
Masterclass. Matt absolutely mogging while Pablo gets obliterated. Oh man, that's hilarious. Holy fuck. All right. Hey, 20 minutes. Matt, honestly, every guest we have on, I feel so pressured to just jump into the fucking team shit. You're one of the only
you
people we
really?
could do a legit state of the league intro with. Yes, I really do. Because it's like, I don't know, I don't want to waste people's time. But
No,
Matt, I know has nothing going on. He's fucking slob. He just woke
All
up.
right.
What the fuck is
I
he?
did just wake up, so I can get the slob tag for this episode, but next time or whatever, if you say that shit,
Oh, man.
No,
that's
I got
hilarious.
more than one missile for y'all.
Oh shoot! He's got another in the.
Where are you getting this predator missile?
This is how we do it in Covington, Kentucky, man.
Hey, if he goes after UNDC, that'll a little more heat on him.
Yeah, a little national scandal right there.
The I hate I don't feel bad about wasting anyone's time because anyone who's in sports content, NBA content creation or sports journalism is a loser. I hate sports journalists. You know why? Someone asked
Why?
Anthony Edwards about what he learned from Michael Jordan. They're like, what have you been learning from Michael Jordan? And he said, not really much. Oh, he did tell me when I'm doing my mid-post stuff, most people put your butt on the guy, but he likes to put his upper back on him. And he talked a little bit about that. I was like, that's a specific, very interesting tip. I like that. You know what the loser journalist followed up with? He said, Did he talk anything? Did he talk to you anything about mentality and competitiveness? I'm like, what? He's that guy is like, blah blah. No, talk about intensity. Talk about Mamba winning mentality.
Guys, let's get that guy on the predator missile list. Let's
Yeah.
find out where he lives.
Get his
Let's
coordinates
get
to
him on the
Matt.
list.
He's yeah.
What's
Oh,
going to be our
use-
most viral moments in the podcast? It's like threatening random beat reporters.
Yeah,
with
this
predator
guy
missiles.
is going to die. I don't know where you're at in Minnesota, but get ready, pal. No, it's everybody is fucking, and like I don't know. Would I have had a better question there in his place? Off the top of my head, probably not. But if I knew I was going to be talking to Anthony Edwards, I like to think so.
Dude.
I don't know.
When we go to the Super Bowl media week, you can see people ask questions live that they will get crushed for online, and you know it's coming. Like, I'm not trying to like call anybody out specifically, but there's like team beat reporters who are at the Super Bowl, and like their team isn't playing.
Mhm.
They're like a Broncos beat reporter. And some of these guys will ask, like, what would you think about playing for the Broncos or whatever?
Oh, that's so based. That's hilarious. Just waste everyone's time.
And people are, like, really... I think people in general are just very mad at, like, sports media and those type of, like, the questions. Like, people crush the reporters for asking bad questions, which, like, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So when those get posted, I mean, like, you can tell my guy's
Ooh.
going to have a tough time with it.
That's so funny.
And
What would you
that-
think about playing for the? How do you fuck with Bo Nix? What do you think about Bo Nix? How you feel about him?
Would you be friends with Bo Nix? Hypothetically.
And then Theo has to come in and upstage everyone and say, "Oh, you saw this cover."
Theo's always
2-0
balling with
look."
that.
Yeah. And then they say, "Oh, thanks for asking."
Oh, thanks for asking. It'd be hilarious if you ever get big enough to like contact a player beforehand, before the interview, and get him to just be like call Theo a nerd after his first question. Just be like, okay, here we go, Mr. Film over here, Mr. Film Room, guys. Can you ask me about what I ate for lunch today or something?
Oh,
Come
that's
on.
what Cam Newton did to that woman. It's funny to hear a woman talk about routes when
Right.
she asked that.
Holy shit! Yeah. You know what's funny? Your hat, pal. Come on, that's what I would say. That's so. A woman talk about routes.
I think he said
Holy
female.
shit.
Funny you're a female say routes.
Oh, Cam Newton. Oh man, you can't be saying stuff like that, Cam Newton.
Not his best moment.
No. Hey, he was better than Jalen Hurts. I know that. Because when I was in school, everyone was hitting the dab when he was MVP. Never seen Jalen Hurts do anything like that.
Yeah, but Jalen Hurts would never
Right.
be caught rhetorically like that. He would have some crazy answer.
No, he would not. Jalen Hurts wouldn't get into a scandal for asking a female beat reporter
He's the man
why
of like
a female was asking route questions.
he has like a 1,000 like metaphors and stuff. That's his
Yeah.
shit, right? He's like the man in the middle of the river, never worries which way the current goes or something.
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever listened to like his show. I have no idea. Maybe.
Wait,
This
Jalen
is how I
Hurts
see
or
people
Cam
talking
Newton?
about him.
Oh, are you talking about Jalen
He's
Hurts?
talking about Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I'm talking about
Then,
Hurts.
yeah. He's kind of a metaphorical guy. Everybody has their own strategy. Some guys like to give sexist comments. Some guys like to do metaphors. Some guys like to mime now.
Oh yeah.
There's
that's
just as
true.
much variety with the press conference game as there is the real game.
See, the true people think quarterback evaluation is about throwing, about accuracy and stuff like that. No, it's about communication. Everyone's got their own unique method. You know,
Because you're a leader.
you know, sometimes I see scouting stuff from football, and I'm like, this is so ridiculous. I saw Todd McShay talking about Drew Aller, and he's like, he's big, he's big, he's can move around a little bit in the pocket, but teams have questions. He's not athletic, he's not accurate, and he doesn't win big games. I'm like, what do you what is that? Why would anyone consider drafting this guy? Not athletic and not accurate.
He's big. What the hell? You didn't hear that part?
He doesn't come through. He can't move, and the ball won't get where it needs to get.
Oh, it's like that Josh Giddey graphic where it's
Oh
like
my
weaknesses: dribbling, running, shooting, jumping.
Right. Well,
athleticism.
Giddy went super high, and he's kind of been the same. And that's your guy, and you got your big
Oh, my
contract
God.
done, and congrats.
See,
Nice.
back in the day, I defended that graphic. I was like, it is true, but listen, he just needs to get like 2 out of 4 of these, and he has not.
Well, that's the same logic with football, where it's like, you know, I wouldn't say that Aller's necessarily unathletic. It kind of depends on if you're just talking about like mobility, or if you're talking about like arm strength too. But like, there's guys where it's like they stink in college, but they're great athletes, and you take a shot on them. So it actually all makes a lot of sense, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah.
Guys,
Oh.
go check the Stay Hot podcast comments on Anthony Richardson. These guys are tool supremacists. So look how that turned out for
Well,
them.
kind of. We are too. I mean, what's the football equivalent of short guards?
I'm short QBs. I'm out on.
Kyler
Yeah.
Murray, kill him.
Kyler Murray, kill him. Bryce Young, kill him.
Kyler's got
Honestly,
limitations. Bryce has been rough.
Caleb is a little bit on the shorter side too. He's got a rocket of an arm, so it's okay. But he gets a lot of passes
yeah.
batted down.
Yeah.
And Drake May,
Yeah.
he's playing well, and he's a bigger guy. I'll tell you what, I'd only take jumbo guys. If you can't win prom king, you're not my QB. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Nice. All right. Well, speaking of Bryce Young, speaking of the Carolina sports teams, we are here
There's
to
no
talk
way
about...
you guys don't hear this.
I don't hear
Only a
jack
little bit.
shit.
Is there a truck outside?
What is it?
There's like, I don't, yeah, there's, because I live on like I'm actually going to give out my location.
Hey, the city of Covington,
Guys,
baby.
is there anyone with a predator missile? Get him before he gets us.
Get him.
Okay, well, we can keep recording if you guys can't hear that.
Yeah, no, I
There's some,
genuinely
like,
don't hear
truck
shit.
backing
And
up
first
or
of all, I
whatever.
record because you're here. I closed the window today, but it's like 55. We're in DC. It's a beautiful day outside. If this was just me and Pablo,
How is the military? How about we talk about that if we can't talk about
hey, it's crazy. They were supposed to be here for like a week. Every day I see more and more of them. It's
Where do
kind
they
of concerning.
stay? Where do they live?
That's
I have
probably-
no idea.
Not at
pretty
your
soon
house.
we're gonna be
Third Amendment or whatever.
well, we're going to be quartering them soon. I'm
what?
sure they're going to be
They're
knocking
getting
on my
rid of
door.
that?
And whoever I'm living with, he's coming on the pod for sure. Yeah, the new guest host, my National Guardsman that I have to house and feed. Yeah, I don't know. It's insane because like I live in like a white part of town. I live in like a very I'm sure there's
the white DC chocolate city, isn't it called? I live in the
yes.
white enclave.
Well, like I'm saying for DC. So it's not like there's no black people or anything. But like if you take the metro a few stops in one direction, the city does get noticeably like more if you go downtown or whatever. And so there's like I saw like 25 National Guardsmen over the course of my day the other day. While I was out for like an hour and a half. They're just walking around in pairs and shit. And it's like
buddy system.
what could and all that's happened is homeless people have disappeared. I have no idea where they went. But yeah, I used to like wave to a homeless guy every day, give him some money. I have not seen that guy in like a week and a half. And so it's like, oh no. What's happening? I'm a little scared.
And they're in Chicago now too. It's kind of spreading out here a little bit. I feel like Cincinnati's probably not high up on the list, but
well, no. How close
Probably,
are you to Springfield? That was their. Remember, they were really upset about Springfield.
I honestly don't know. I think it's a decent distance.
Was
I don't know if
Springfield, that's
Springfield
where
is
the
in North
Haitians
Ohio or is
were,
in Southern
right?
Ohio.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
where
that's
they were
that's the
eating.
eating cats.
Okay. I just saw
Shit.
a clip
And
from-
like
oh, you go, Matt. Sorry, you're the guest.
yeah, I'm the guest.
You go.
And
you're
he's
the guest.
and he's the
I was
best.
just
and
I
he
was
has
just
a
gonna
predator
say
missile.
that like Cincinnati city Twitter is always having fights about like the fight that happened last week or whatever, and whether or not we need the National Guard deployed and
Oh my
To
god!
take back the city and whatnot. So
I do.
it's
I
not
bet
possible.
that's how like every local Facebook group is now. Like I don't know, like the middle of Illinois, or I guess Chicago's right there. Just like random small towns. There's probably like 200 conservatives on Facebook together, being like, "Yep, we need the National Guard more than anybody. This place is falling apart."
Well, like Central and Southern Illinois, they hate Chicago, and they're all like, they're. I think they like sided with the Confederacy in the Civil War,
Whoa,
and so they're
you
probably
guys are
like,
so north. What the hell?
they're probably like, I can't believe they get the National Guard. Bring it down to Springfield. We really we deserve them and stuff like that. So they're probably salty. But as far as I know, all that goes on Facebook is AI, just fake news about everything.
Mhm.
And have you seen the sports ones where they just like make up like, Jordan Love saved an orphan from drowning this weekend. Wow. And then all the comments are just boomers going, yeah, this is a good guy.
Yeah.
I've seen those posts, but I haven't like looked into it. I haven't done my own research on like how many people are really falling for those.
I don't know. I'm
Is
not
it
on
a lot?
Facebook.
It's very easy for me to project the dumbest, like, old people I know onto big chunks of the population. And so, like, I know people who seem fairly middle of the road for their age demographic that, like, if not outright would fall for it, would definitely be like, that's pretty interesting. Have you seen this? And like, show, like, I don't know, me or whoever their child. It'd be like, have you seen this? And then a younger person would have to be like, obviously that is fake. That's, yeah.
And they don't look fake anymore either. So you kind of just have to know that, like, of course, a Packers QB wouldn't help out a civilian, especially a selfish one like Jordan Love, who someone gifts him a Toyota sponsorship on a deal on a platter, and he doesn't reach out or give them any money at all. So, and a jerk like that wouldn't help anybody. He's selfish. Love
When does
was
Green
what
Bay
a
play
what a
Chicago?
scam of a last name. Jordan Haight.
Jordan Haight. Yep, I was gonna say. I've been getting hella on my TikTok. Jesus coming back AI, like him just like walking out of a river or something.
It's still not him getting
look,
slime.
it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff we're getting. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of lady throwing a rock through a glass bridge and collapsing the bridge.
yes.
Of course, right.
That is compelling. I'll be honest.
It's an epidemic in this country. It's unbelievable how many glass bridges there are with a lot of people on it, and how many older ladies with huge rocks can break them in one motion.
Would you
Like
have the
powerlifting
confidence?
ladies. These are huge rocks. I don't know how they're lifting them.
Would you have the confidence to go up to the lady before she gets to the middle of the bridge and say stop and like interrupt her, or would you be like,
No,
I'm
I'd be
not
scared
gonna-
she's gonna drop it. Absolutely not.
I would be.
I
no,
don't like-
Certainly, she knows what she's doing up here. Certainly, she's not going to drop the rock and destroy the whole bridge. Come on.
She's got a boulder for a great reason.
She probably works here.
Oh man, yeah, she knows what she's doing. Come on, what are they just gonna let her
I don't
bring the
like
rock
heights.
out
I
there?
can't do heights. I'm a baby about that type of stuff.
I don't mind. I don't know. It depends on the bridge. Like if it feels very solid to me, I'm cool. But if it's like,
But
I
you're
don't
not doing sort of like a swinging rope and like wooden plank jungle.
Yeah, I don't really.
bridge where,
I don't
like-
really fuck with that.
Right.
Dude, what's crazy? My dad is like terrified of heights, and they went to like the redwood forest or some shit last week, like
Ooh.
Pacific Northwest. And my mom sent a picture of him freaking the fuck out on a bridge like that, and her angle made it seem like it was like 10 feet. And then I was talking to him, I was like, "You're being such a fucking weenie." And then my dad was like, "No, it was like 300 feet down. Your mom just can't take a fucking picture." And so I was like, "Oh, my fault. She's ruining your credibility. You just seem like such a baby now."
Was he on the tree?
No, what the hell? I mean, it was just like a big.
That's who's high up over there. I didn't know they had cliffside.
They got everything. I don't know. It's the forest. There's everything in there. Are we? Is it Hornets time?
It can be
Wait,
Hornets time.
We could talk about whatever you want. You know, you want to do the military. You want to do Jordan Love. I don't give a
Not
fuck.
Epstein files, though, Matt. Don't bring that up. So if you
Don't
do,
bring
we're
it
gonna
up. I
edit
won't.
that out.
Okay,
I know-
timestamp.
I know not to
Timestamp.
on you boys.
Fuck, God damn it.
We're not in
Epstein.
it, okay? But it's the whole thing's a sham, dude. No one's in it.
I mean,
I
look,
can't
I came. I had some notes prepared because, I'm trying to be a good guest or
Mhm.
whatever. But most of it had to do with Pablo's location, and if that's off the table, then yeah, why don't we go ahead and get to the
Never
Hornets
been
stuff.
to the island. I swear to God.
That's where he is right now. Pablo's on Little St. James.
Well, how would I get a witch hat on Little St. James, idiot? I brought that from
Bro,
home.
they were probably all. I mean, you think they don't have a costume department on a fucked up island like that?
They do, but it's more scarier, like Squid Game set. And I'm guessing. I don't know.
Okay. Guys, make of that what you will. Jeez. 30. Let's do 39.
You know what?
minutes.
You want to prove send a predator
No,
missile to
I
the
don't.
island right
I
now
don't.
and see if I
I
explode.
don't.
Mm.
Okay, that's actually good. All right.
Edit the Matt. Don't do that.
All right. The Hornets. I guess. Where do we even start? It's hilarious. This is probably not a team that deserves a full preview, but I like talking to Matt so much that we're
Talk
doing it
about
anyways.
launching bombs from the perimeter.
Mm.
That's what this team's got going. on.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
okay.
Your
The
transition game is fire as fuck, dude.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Guys, comment down below if that was good. So the Hornets last year was awful. They win 19 games. They go 6-24
It started
after
off
the
good.
All-Star break. Yeah, I mean, kind of for them.
For like the first week or two, it was good.
So yeah, usually my first question is, were you happy with how last year went? That's how I've asked every team that we've talked about so far. But you are the first bad team we've encountered in these previews, and so I've tweaked this question. First off, what was like the worst part of last season for you? And then the second part of this is, were there any silver linings? So I guess, yeah, just last year, if something sticks out in this like deluge of terrible basketball, what was the most frustrating part of it? It means a lot of rain, Pablo. I know you probably don't.
There's a word I don't know. I'm gonna mix it in. I'm gonna say the word at some point in this podcast, so you guys gotta guess. It's a word I know, but I don't know what it means. Okay.
Pablo, it straight up says like a crazy forgotten slur or something. He's like, I didn't know what it meant. I just never heard that before.
The worst part, I mean, like, it's probably just like LaMelo and Brandon Miller not playing that much if I want to give you the straight up and honest answer. Which is just, I mean, at this point, it's been 3 years in a row where the Hornets' best players can't get on the court, and then they lose a million games, and then you're like, well, this next year, they'll probably be healthier, and it probably won't be as bad.
And
then
certainly
it gets worse
with our top 3 pick, we'll be crazy next year.
Yeah, we'll be crazy, and then it just keeps not happening. I was pretty annoyed that Trey Mann didn't get a chance to go and take like a million shots when the team had fallen apart because he hardly played. That was frustrating as well, because like I think the silver lining for me could have been like, okay, well, LaMelo and Brandon Miller are hurt, but then we got to see how Trey Mann steps up, and he's, you know, a really fun player to watch, and he's really fluid or whatever. But you know, he played 13 games, and like Grant Williams, I mean, like basically the entire starting lineup was out. Not that far into the season, so. I mean, I think they're a better than 19-win team. I think they're a better than 19-win roster if they're healthy. But I've probably been saying that line specifically, maybe on this podcast specifically.
We've done this exact thing.
We've done this exact segment before.
It's all
either
esoteric.
last year or 2 years ago. It's all the same shit over and over.
It's like, well, you know, I've seen Sisyphus get close. I've seen him towards the end of the day. He's like right up near the top, and we step on a pebble the wrong way, ground gives way, and we're back at the bottom. But I really do think he hits the top this year. I think he gets the boulder over the top of the hill.
It could be the year.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was talking about Sisyphus.
I have nothing on Sisyphus.
Well, what were you going to say on the
Hornets?
Hornets?
Hades, it has Sisyphus in it. What was I going to say on the Hornets? I don't know, dude. It's just like, I think it's kind of affected my analysis of every other team as well, because I'm like, you guys know that staying healthy, not getting injured, it's like the most important part of basketball, right? You can just completely lose your season off of like 2 injuries, which I think is true, but maybe it's not that interesting.
Yeah, it's just also crazy because for how long the Hornets have been bad, it's crazy that 2 injuries now, or I guess 3, because we'll throw the Trey Mann injury in there. Now it means there's like nobody on the roster who it's even like interesting to imagine getting a ton of shots and see what happens. Like you go 6th overall, Tijon Salon. It was a terrible season. He was one of the worst basketball players in the league, and so like even for, you know, if that's like a normal draft pick, if that's their pick this year, then all of a sudden LaMelo and Brandon Miller go down. It's like, okay, well, at least we get to see what Khan can do or whatever. But like those 2 go down, it's like, oh shit, our guy can't dribble. There's like no path forward to us even like feeding him high usage minutes and seeing what happens. So yeah. It's just tough.
And then the discussion around him becomes like, well, what if we can just get him to shoot threes and stand in the corner? It's like, that's not even really a good offensive player, a guy who can just do that, of course. And that's what you're working to. So this was super frustrating with him. Here's a question for you guys that I was thinking about the other day. Would you say that the Hornets are the worst franchise of the 2020s? I was watching the Panthers, and I was like, ooh, we might be the worst team of the 2020s in the NFL. Are the Hornets that? I kind of think it's between them and the Wizards, pretty much. The Wizards do have like a baloney playoff appearance, though.
Yeah. I'm thinking, because like, so you say the Wizards, and it's like, well, you have like the John Wall stuff. But that's like
2020,
2010. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, even though that seems like it was 20 minutes ago in my brain, 2017 was a long time ago, and so it's like,
Right.
I don't know, because I feel like also
Ooh. There's
What?
only one other team to have not made the playoffs since 2020, or in the 2020s. Do you know who it is?
so the Nets have made it.
Has Utah made it in 2020? Probably. Yeah, they were in the bubble.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could it be the Spurs? No, the Spurs
Yep.
made it with like. Oh, it was.
Yep, it's the Spurs.
Oh shit! Well, a lot of weight on Wemby's big, broad, beautiful shoulders this year. I'm a little nervous. I mean, you could argue to me that the Spurs could be in this conversation pre-Wemby. And really, like, the Wemby thing is pure
Yeah.
luck. The Wemby thing is like, it's not like they were smart enough to blow it up at the right time and like get the ping pong balls in play, which certainly I think that was the last year the Wizards were like throwing Porzingis, Kuzma, Bradley Beal out onto the floor, and so it's like, why the fuck did you do that if Wemby's at the top of the lottery board? But to actually like walk away with him, as we've seen with the Hornets, just because you're terrible, that doesn't necessarily mean you like even get a high pick in a bad draft like last year. Like, you might just never get a good pick. And so at that point, I think I'm more comfortable calling the Hornets the most incompetent of the 2020s. I don't know if worst is locked in, but incompetent I feel pretty comfortable about.
I don't know, because
Sure.
I'm thinking about the Hornets compared to the Bulls, and like we've had
Oh my god.
we've had playoff appearances, but like it's never been. That's worse to me, obviously. I think the Hornets. There have been times where it's like we're gonna lose this season. We're gonna bottom out, and we're gonna have a chance at one of these top picks. The Bulls' direction, is just it makes no sense from any perspective at all.
You're never going to win that argument, though. You're like, if you're consistently the 9 seed or the 11 seed
I think
or
that's
whatever.
worse than being at the
I mean, I
bottom.
know
s-
you
I-
think
I
that's
s-
worse. It's just in the context of this discussion. It's like the Hornets and the Wizards are like a firm tier below.
I see your vision on that, and like it's really not that much better. I think the gap between having truly like the worst team of a decade and then having like the fifth the worst, like it's nothing basically. It's the same shit. However, I will say like the Hornets did not like decide to tank until very recently. They were just being injured and bad. I mean, they won 43 games not that long ago. Not that long
Was
ago.
that LaMelo's All-Star season?
Yes.
That was a crazy year. Oh man.
No, that was his rookie year. No.
I'm saying like that would be because I feel like he was like a pretty significant part of them winning 43 games.
I get it. The Hornets before the 2020s were what the Bulls are now, where
That
it was
was-
just like
that was-
eighth seed and meaningless basketball year round. You're invested in Kemba. You know he's not the guy, but he's just a guy to fill the seats. And so, is that better than?
As someone who's experienced both.
Yeah.
Then the team trying to win, and then it's just like they all get injured, and you win 27 games, and then you draft somebody who sucks. Like I don't know.
Well, the draft is somebody who sucks part is bad. But
You draft somebody who
Hey,
sucks,
Brandon
or
Miller's
if they don't
good.
suck, they're no. Brandon Miller's a good player,
But he
He'll
dies
definitely
every
play.
year.
No, he's
yeah.
dude. He's gonna play more this year.
He has to. More than what did he play, like 20 games last year?
Yeah, like 25 or something.
What a disaster. Holy shit. And so,
I-
yeah, that's where like the incompetence part to me comes in, cuz it's like if you get like a top 5 pick 4 years in a row and a couple number 2s, it sucks cuz like 5 it's the good guys are off the board, but like I feel like a really good franchise, somebody who has like legit scouting department or whatever, still can find incredible value at 5. And I'm not exactly sure what the hit rate is on picks like 4, 5, 6, but it feels like once
It
you get
shouldn't-
enough cracks at the bat, it's like you should be walking away with
It
somebody.
shouldn't be 0. It can't be 0 if you want to be a good team. And
And
with
th-
Charlotte, sometimes it feels like
They haven't even been missing that much, have they? Like, even with the bigs. Like,
Well,
Mark Williams was a
in recent
hit, but
in
he's
recent
hurt.
memory, you think, well, LaMelo's a hit and Miller's a hit and whatever, and some of the guys that they get in the second round are like real players, like okay, Nick Richards and blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't matter if your hits don't play, they don't play. It makes no difference. I mean, they've run out some just like bizarro lineups over the last 3 years, keeping the thing afloat or whatever. And then, it's not all bad. Like, they've got some talent. They've got some future first. They've been stocking up a little bit. We'll see where Miami's at down the road here in a minute, but that one could be okay. But I don't know. I don't think their management has been that bad the last year and a half, outside of the Tijon pick not being my favorite.
I mean, yeah, that's incredibly tough.
Well, who? So what draft is this? Is this 2024?
Yeah, he's 6th overall in 2024, and so after him, immediately after is Donovan Clingan, who I would have loved. I'm very high on him. I think he would be great with, like, obviously, that's another guy with some health concerns, and so if you put him on Charlotte, he probably blows up. His lower body probably disintegrates or whatever, but I would still have rather taken a swing on him than Salon, with the benefit of hindsight. Dillingham, I'm cool on. And then once you get to, like, Buzelis, that was another guy where, like, when you looked at the real toolsy players in the draft, when Charlotte went with Salon, a lot of people were like, it seems like if you want to take like a big athletic project, Buzelis is like closer to ready and just as much of like a ceiling play. Pablo, you're a bigger draft guy than me. Do you feel like that was accurate?
Yeah, well, Salon is like nothing. Like, Salon is all tools. And then Buzelis was great high school player, goes to the G League, falls off a lot. But it's like he's still athletic, and he shot 40% once in high school. So I don't know if Salon ever did. So I do think
he shot 23% in the G League last year. I got that written down.
Salon?
Yeah, 37, 23, 50 shooting splits in the G League.
Yeah, the Clingan pick is really the only one you really feel bad about, because he could. But again, like, if Clingan is already hurt too, so like he would just be added.
Yeah,
it really is like, would you rather be invested in a team full of young guys who are pretty good but they're hurt all the time, or healthy guys who won't take you anywhere, like DeMar and Vucevic and Zach LaVine?
It's so cruel. It's so cruel for the universe to make Vucevic into like an Iron Man, like 70 games. No matter what, we can rely on Vooch to be out there.
He's going to get those open shots. He won't make them.
Oh, my God. So, were there any... It was hilarious when I was looking at...
Oh, I had Moussa Diabate.
I wrote him down as... And it's like...
That's the bright spot.
Literally,
because everyone else who was like good in a way that like matters was hurt for the Hornets. Like, this is basically the only like serious young player that we had that was, and like Diabate, like he's really not that big for a center, so I don't want to like overstate what his role on a good team could be. But he's a great rebounder. And he plays very vertical. He gets up, and his foot speed's not bad for a center, so he can move around a little bit. And he plays with a great motor, which is not always a given when you get to Game 70 of the Charlotte Hornets season or whatnot. So I like him a lot. I think he's going to get a lot of time this year as well, and I think Charlotte probably still has a pretty big center problem that stops them from really being interesting, even if they're healthy. But I'm excited to watch him.
Hey,
well,
it might have gotten cocked up.
We could talk. So next question: incoming draft class. How do we feel about it? And what players are you most excited about this season? Just in general, not just drafted players. But we could do draft class first. Obviously, they take Kalkbrenner 34th overall. What do you think?
Is his foot speed good enough to really like hang year one? I mean, I know he's an older guy, so maybe we don't even think about year one. That was kind of my thought on him when I was watching him. I'm like, he's going to be, I understand, like, he's supposed to be our drop sort of.
Yeah, he's
bigger,
a drop.
and we got to find somebody like that, of course. But there's still a level at which it maybe becomes I just question what his ceiling is, I guess.
Pablo, do you think that's reasonable?
For sure, but I think it was a great second round pick because he is a guy.
He's a second round pick. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
being. I don't mean this negatively in the sense of like, what are they doing with the 34th pick or whatever it was? Because like, okay.
It's hilarious that there are.
I love fans who do that. I love, especially in like the NFL, and they'll be like, "Why did we not take a corner here? That's our biggest need with like a 7th round pick." And it's like, I don't know, man. But like as far as Charlotte having an issue at center, I mean, it's Diabate, it's Plumlee, and it's Clark at, the 34th pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Mason Plumlee in the year of 2025 is projected to be on ESPN. They have him projected to be the starting center of this team.
Holy crap!
Kalkbrenner's for sure better than him. I think Kalkbrenner, incredibly productive, huge, very talented rim protector. I thought he was a better prospect than Zach Edey, probably.
Wow.
Then that's saying something. So, I don't know if Zach Edey would change the life of Charlotte either. But I think that's a really good pickup for this team. And there's a chance that could be there's a chance this could be your Walker Kessler. And now we've learned from Utah, Walker Kessler doesn't change your life necessarily, but it's something better than nothing.
They don't have a freaking. I feel like if you had LaMelo Ball and Con Knippel with Walker Kessler, some legit lob guys there. Maybe he's still got tough hands and everything. And I don't know what Kalkbrenner's hands are like. I haven't locked into the film to that degree. But like, are they mid?
He's just not a guy I think who's ever going to be anything special offensively.
I'm just saying in terms of like livable offensively. He's a pretty good. He's huge.
Yeah.
I would assume he can set screens. He seems like he's a guy who can set good screens, which for a player like LaMelo,
for a team like the Hornets, it's drastically important. For LaMelo, for Brandon Miller, for all these guys, they're still not. I mean, Colin Sexton, Colin Sexton is a little speedier, but there's still not someone on this team who, it might be Con, like someone who can get downhill consistently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's what I wrote. Like, it's just, in terms of their draft, Con Knippel at 4th, Sion James at 33rd, who I don't really know that much about, to be fair, and then Kalkbrenner at 34th. I think...
And,
what do you got?
McSquealy.
Oh yeah, that it was the white boy draft, because I was like, for only 2 white guys to get drafted, it's crazy that was like their defining characteristic. But
that's how I feel sometimes about Twitter. I wouldn't put it past him to be like, it's a white boy parade, and it's like they drafted one Caucasian.
Well, I saw a football tweet the other day where it was like, if Dart and Scadaboo can come out with the win this week, white boy culture's gonna be so back, baby. And it's like, okay,
we're really like, yeah, we've really been pushing how far we can take the sort of half ironic white boy stuff, especially in football. It's a lot.
Yeah. And so with their white boy draft class, I do genuinely like. It feels like they approached this whole draft having learned from the Salon pick and being like, maybe we don't need the next Giannis. Maybe we need more playable guys on this roster next season. And so I think Khan I really enjoy as like a medium between this insane shot creation from LaMelo, at least like outside shot creation, and then like the complete off-ball nature of Brandon Miller. I really like Khan, even though like I guess there were some concerns about his ceiling, but like even when you look at the other guys on the board at that point, who went 5th after him?
Let me pull up this draft.
It might have been Ace Bailey. I feel like did he slip to 5?
Was
Yeah, I
he
think
5
it
or
was
was he like
Baylor.
8?
No, because he went to Utah, and there's no way Utah was the 8th pick.
Maybe he
Oh,
was
true.
6.
But yeah, like I think when you look at the other guys on the board, I really don't feel like Ace Bailey makes this like a
If they had
better
drafted
situation.
Ace Bailey, you still would be hearing about it every single
Yeah.
day on Twitter. Oh, it's classic Hornets.
Classic.
You know.
I love your Twitter bot voice. It's like, because to me, in my mind, like annoying people on Twitter are like, oh my god, they took Ace Bailey. This is classic Charlotte. And
You know
then-
what? That's what it sounds like on the first day that you hear it. Like that would have been night of the draft, but you get the like day 90 of just like saying the same damn thing. Like that's how I feel about a lot of LaMelo stuff. I don't even think all the LaMelo stuff is wrong. I'm just angry. I'm just angry the team's not good.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a totally fair position. But yeah, like, I do feel like Ace Bailey, just taking a guy who's like tough shots, kind of defensive good. Like he can do some stuff on defense, but really not going to bolster your playmaking. Really not going to bolster your rim pressure at all. Just like it would have been another pure upside pick that could really limit the team if it doesn't fully hit. And I feel like Khan is just such a good pivot away from that kind of team building for Charlotte.
Yeah, they
Like,
got to get some connecting pieces in there for sure, regardless of what the health situation is. And I think that Khan might be able to create a little bit for himself too, if that's what it comes down to. And there's a real chance that he's impactful early in his rookie year. So I'm most excited for him, if that's the question. Absolutely. I mean, he was the 4th overall pick.
Yeah. Pablo, you have any pros and cons thoughts?
Oh, pros and cons. Yeah, I love Khan. There are, like, they could have taken Ace Bailey, who I do buy into Ace Bailey's defensive potential, but just considering the roster would have been psychotic to take another guy who can't get to the rim. They could have taken Trey Johnson and just really leaned into we're just shooting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like there weren't too many. Yeah, like Khan was perfect. Like aside from Dylan Harper and Cooper Flagg, like I love VJ, but I don't even know if he's saving this team necessarily because like the offense is not a sure thing at all. And they could have ended up with Demon like the Nets. So,
Oh my god.
I think this was a good draft for them. It really does suck because this is a team I feel has operated correctly, a lot more correct than other teams.
It just takes time, and you got to have the guy. They've been
Yeah.
for the last year, maybe I'll even say since the Tijon pick, playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. They've been trading the vets and scrounging for picks and first rounders
Getting off
and
both
whatever.
of the centers, Mark Williams and Nick Richards, that's
Dude,
smart.
Getting off of their centers.
Getting
yeah,
a
it was a great
second
play.
rounder for Yusuf Nurkic is one of the most insane things I've ever
And
seen. in my
yeah,
fucking
bringing
life.
in like Sexton. I thought Sexton. I'm like, is he on multiple years? That's the only way it makes sense. That was a great trade, even though it was like in the
Wait,
margins
where is
or whatever.
Nurkic? Is Nurkic on Utah?
He's in Utah, unless they like
Oh.
waived him.
No,
or
he's in
some
Utah.
shit.
No,
Yeah.
I saw the media day photos. Him and Kevin Love. Shout out.
Jeez, I mean, yeah, that's I'm the off season's a plus if you get off Nurkic. Like that's all I could say.
So, yeah, they do that, and then this draft, like the process of it seems pretty good. But the issue is that like you gotta have top tier guys if you want to compete. You gotta have like
And
guys
no
who are
woman
pushing
beaters
for all in.
too. We shouldn't
and-
forget to mention that. Yeah. Who also
That's-
woman
that's-
beating aside, I hate the archetype of what Miles Bridges is.
Yeah,
It's so frustrating he's still on the team.
Yeah.
So that's easily the new ownership's worst. Well, I don't.
was
I
that
think,
them? Like it felt to me like when I look at everything they've done so far,
Yeah,
it
that
feels
contract
like
is not that old.
like it feels like they would have just let him walk in terms of like making all the correct decisions on the margin. It's like this is not a guy.
You're talking
that, like, is
Plotkin.
gonna-
That's who's in charge right now. The GameStop guy, Plotkin. And so remember, after a few years, it's going to switch to a different guy. So Team Plotkin or Team that guy?
Team that guy.
I forget the other guy's name.
Yeah, But so yeah, like the Bridges, it just like it makes no sense. It made no sense at the time to me, and now, like it's just like this is another thing that will like it will just probably hinder us. It will probably be a roadblock to being a serious team. Not that like we're a few like we could see the end zone of this rebuild process or whatever right now, but it's like that's just another thing that we will have to deal with. And to speak to your point, when I was looking at the Hornets and the roster and everything. That is another thing that jumps out. Is like I like LaMelo. I think LaMelo is cool. To be this far along and not have somebody on the roster that you could even really delude yourself into becoming like a top 7-ish guy. Like when you look around the rest of the league, when you look at Orlando, obviously they feel comfortable that Paolo's going to become that level of player. When you look at I don't
Cade.
want to put. Yeah. Cade is another great example where you could be like, I feel very confident that we're on a trajectory where he will become a franchise-changing level guy. And it feels like even if LaMelo was healthy, we are just too bad on defense for like his offense to really break into that tier of player. And so I don't know what will happen.
How good is LaMelo offensively?
Yeah.
Is he like number one on a contending team level of good on offense? No, he's not at that level at all. And I'm not trying to take a shot at Melo or anything. Like I think he's a good player for what he is, and that's an incredibly high bar. When we talk about like what would get the Hornets to truly like contending or whatever, like being super competitive, it would be having a couple of guys who are playing like true stars. And I think some of the we've had this conversation before last year too. I know it for a fact. I think some of the issues with LaMelo are that if there's not that many people on the roster who can shoot and create the offense, he has to create a bunch of it, and nobody gives him grace for that the same way that like I don't know, when Harden was doing his thing and then was gassed on the other end and Houston, nobody gave him grace, or like the same with like Luka or whatever. I don't think it's quite the same defensively, but like it makes you less efficient if you're LaMelo. But on the same side, like definitely it's part of his play style to be a little bit out of control, and like he's still not great finishing around the rim or whatever, like at all. And I think maybe those things can get better, but he didn't play enough to truly develop. I mean, even for a lot of the last couple of years, it's been like he's out there, but the ankle is questionable, and he's like playing through something right now or whatnot. And that's what you're talking about, rather than can he like build on this and this, and can he start to overcome some of his deficits.
Yeah, and even like some of the defining moments of the Hornets season is just LaMelo being being triple teamed or whatever and doing something insane, not because like that was his game plan coming up the court, but because like that's the only option the Hornets have. Like there's the one play where he does a step through to the free throw line and throws it off the backboard to him, and like you can hear a player on the other team be like, what the fuck under the basket. And I think he gets like free throws for the team or whatever, but it's just like that is really indicative of they are asking him to perform miracles every trip down the floor. And I feel like that really like I've been on the team of LaMelo not being this insane like street ball kind of player. He could be a very portable guy who can fit next to a number of people, and he's just in a position where the Hornets have nothing else.
Yeah, I guess my opinion on LaMelo overall is like if he were to play a full amount of games and the Hornets were to have like a relatively decent roster around him, not even good, just like not, here's a guy who definitely isn't an NBA level player and he's getting 25 minutes a night because we've invested such and such and we have nobody else. I think the LaMelo shift in public opinion would be positive for sure. I think if you got that stretch, it'd be like, okay, LaMelo is back and he's doing his thing. I don't know how high he could go. I don't know what the current version of LaMelo would mean in like a playoff series, but I guess we're not even really thinking about that right now, and this team isn't going to make the playoffs next year, so.
Hey,
It's more
Well,
about winning hearts on Twitter.
Pablo, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, so LaMelo is horrifically inefficient, but it's way exacerbated by the situation. Like, his game is going to lend itself to being pretty volatile because he's not great at getting to the rim. He relies on so many tough jump shots and everything, and but just the situation makes it so much worse. And so I think I think we know what he is by now. At this point in his career, he's a guy who's a really talented shot maker, still one of the best passers in the NBA, but he is a horrific defensive player, and I don't know if that'll change. Like, I think there was a lot of hope because he's big, that could change someday, but it just has not happened yet. And so I think the most interesting comparison when we try and think about where LaMelo could be is Cade Cunningham, because Cade Cunningham also has trouble getting to the rim and finishing. Like, I don't know if there's any kind of separation between those two, if one is better than the other, but they're both kind of lumped in there in my mind. And they both are like 3-point shot making type guys. Cade is also a high volume playmaker, and he's obviously, I think LaMelo's better than him, but they're both like similar roles in the offense. The big difference though is Cade is a good defender, and so like, is that enough for the archetype? Like, Matt, how do you feel about Cade? If they swapped teams, how do you feel the Pistons are? And are you any more confident as a Hornets fan, like, this is our guy, or would you still be a little worried about the archetype?
I mean, honestly, my first thought would be about, games played, if I'm being real with you. But if we're taking that out of the equation, I would probably feel about the same, if I'm being honest. My issue is that the Hornets haven't had like a completely put together defense for LaMelo to drag down over the last 3 years, right? Like, they haven't had the center play for the most part to make any of it matter, where it's like, okay, yeah, LaMelo's bad on defense, but they don't have a real rim protector
So
on
is
the
Mark
roster.
Williams, It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, like, Mark Williams in the back of his rookie year, I thought was really good. I remember. And then outside of that, it's just like he came back and he's just not the same. He's just not the same guy at all. And it's great that they were able to get off of him at all. I feel bad for him because those back injuries and whatever. I mean, that would suck. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably I'd probably feel about the same.
And how would you feel about the Pistons? Like, do you think they're in the same place? Are they worse? Are they better?
I'll say this. I think on some level, like, well, obviously they're worse defensively. But I think even offensively, there are still plenty of times where, like, the street ball criticisms, they're not coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
LaMelo is prone to fire up, like, 30-plus footers early in the shot clock, and he always has been. And those things are more of the shot clock's winding down, we have nothing else, and my superpower is a 30-footer is not a terrible shot for me, and I can put it up, and you have to respect me from out here, and I can build off of that. But if with LaMelo, too often, it's like not something that you build off of, not something that you take advantage of defenses having to respect. It's like the meat and potatoes a little bit too much at the time, and I think on a team that was trying to win, like the Pistons, that would be a little bit more frustrating. Maybe it tones down with more of a supporting cast, but I think the Pistons would be in a little bit worse of a spot if he did that at the same rate.
Yeah. I will also say, to me, it felt like, LaMelo's been this kind of shooter for a while, whereas Cade became this kind of shooter and it unlocked a lot of his game. Like, that, to me, his shooting hitting this level this season is why he was like an all-NBA guy, whereas it's most of what LaMelo has. And when you talk about like a playoff situation or whatever, even though Cade can't finish around the rim super well, there's just a lot more avenues for him, and by extension the Pistons, to get the ball close to the basket without it being like a hectic breakdown of a play. Like, you regularly see Cade getting to the middle of the paint and like making a good decision. If it's like that little fadeaway mid-range that he has, which is it's not the best shot in the world or
But
anything.
he's a better.
It's,
He has much more of a mid-range game than LaMelo does. I think LaMelo
Yes.
has the floater, but that's an incredibly volatile shot too.
yeah, and I would say like I like the floater. If the floater could get to like just a little bit more consistent levels, then we're talking about a guy whose style of play becomes so much more sustainable, because the ability to hit the floater or float a lob up to your big man is like that's one of the most
Right.
potent moves in the NBA. Like you see Jokic do that with Aaron Gordon, you see Luka do that with people, you see Trey do that with people. When you're an incredible passer and can shoot floaters, it unlocks like an entire aspect of half court offense that you don't have otherwise. And so for them to for the Pistons to lose that, I feel like their offense would it wasn't great already, but it would just become like insanely chaotic. And so I think I would probably have them notably worse, yeah.
Another thing I noticed when I looked at LaMelo's stats is his turnover percentage is lower than all the guys who have the same assist percentage as him. With the like Trey, Cade, even Jokic. I think Jokic was a tiny bit lower than him, but like, and he was even lower than LeBron this past year. Like his turnover percentage wasn't at like Westbrook levels or something like that. And so, like,
Does that count bad shots, do you know?
I don't think so. Turnover percentage? I don't know.
I don't think it would, but like, yeah, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with LaMelo is the bad shots, but yeah, he's
Yeah,
I mean, he's a
bad
really
shots
talented
can
passer.
be a turnover in a lot of spots, but yeah, and I think a lot like Cade, I still think Cade would be at his best not having to run the entire show. I think earlier in LaMelo's career, that's what he was doing. He was like off of Hayward and those guys, and he was better. And I think that is his ideal role. The only issue is the money, and like there's no one for him to play off of. But even if there was someone to play off of, is this archetype worth $37 million a year? Like someone who's an incredible passer and perimeter shot maker. But that's kind of it.
I don't know. I mean, for Charlotte, hell yeah. I mean, who else are we gonna pay, dude?
Yeah, that's
I haven't.
really what
I'll be real with you. I don't think it's a bad question. I've just never considered like, is a team that just runs out of talent every single year, should they pay their best guy if we're taking health out of the equation? I think if we're talking about a championship team, they'd have a discussion about if it's worth it to work around LaMelo's shortcomings. And I think the Hornets are just stuck in a situation where their shortcomings in terms of like their ability to draft for a long time have been so bad that like of course LaMelo is going to end up being the guy somewhere, or the guy here. And I like LaMelo. I have fun watching LaMelo. But I don't know. But what frustrates me more than anything is like it's just if it's gonna be all passing and perimeter shot making, he's got to rein in the shots that he's taking a little bit. And I feel like the lesson or what he's been taught to do in the last year is like, no, just take as many as humanly possible. Yeah. I mean, he's taking like 12 threes a game last year, or whatever.
Yeah, him
which
and
is
Miller.
fine, but like some of these are insane. You know.
Yeah, and that's also like the threes. Where I really worry about them is it's like such easy when you take 20 threes a game between two guys. You are really giving a lot of good transition bites to the other team, because if that ball bounces out the wrong way and it lands in the hands of a guy on the other team, and he's like 5 feet behind the mid-court line and he's just out running immediately, it's like that's something the Hornets have no prayer of stopping. And it's a possession that's hard to stop, even with the right personnel. Less what Charlotte has going on already. And so,
Don't worry, it's going to be Kalkbrenner out there down
hey,
the court trying to make something happen.
They
the
play
slowest
like
man in the world.
they play like how Charles Barkley thought Golden State was playing in 2015. Like this is who he was talking about. Jump shooting teams can never win because it's just it creates transition opportunities for the other team, which is like a power boost. You don't get downhill, which means less free throws, and it means less creating easy shots for your teammates. And then neither LaMelo or Miller are like drawing the Lillard, Harden, Steph type blitzes up at like half court and like creating viable offense out of that. And so yeah, it really is just not a way to run your team. And so it's frustrating, and it's crazy because Brandon Miller, like, I feel like even the general public have fallen out of love with Brandon Miller because for a while there it was like, ha ha, you idiots thought Scoot would be better. Look, it's the next Paul George is here, and he is putting up big numbers, like in the 20 games he plays or whatever. He averaged like 20 and whatever, and he also is a guy, for a wing, he's a very talented passer. He's a very talented shooter. He's not as lifeless on defense. But even he, like, it just feels like the general optimism isn't really there.
Well, part of he didn't play basically all of last year healthy. I mean, I think he got to like 25 games, but how many of those was he like fighting through? And then on top of that, what people like about him, which is like, Paul George in the bag and whatever, I think a lot of fans felt like you didn't get to see that as much because they're just jacking up a million threes. Yeah. And you said LaMelo and Miller combined for 23s taken a game. I bet you it's more than that. It's probably closer to 25.
It's so Miller took 11. Well, he took 10.9 last year, and then LaMelo took 11.2. So we're looking at 22 threes a game.
Yeah, I mean it's just a lot. I don't mind. I guess, like, overall, I don't hate taking, like, a lot of threes. I mean, we've seen good teams do it and be successul and whatever.
Yeah, it just can't be the only thing is really there.
But it's like,
issue.
it's just like the strategy is we're going to jack up threes. It's like, I could come up with that.
Yeah, it feels very much like they've been backed into a corner, and it's like, well, this is what we have. This is the stuff that our guys can do or whatever. And it's like, well,
right.
This is a weapon. If anybody else, if you had taken guys who could do other things. And so, I mean, I do feel excited. That's why I feel excited about Collins so much. Because, like, we should, Colin Sexton is not nothing. I know Pablo fucking hates him and stuff, but shut up. Injecting more genuine ball handlers into the ecosystem of Charlotte.
Not going to make much of a difference with a witch's curse, so.
Yeah. The way Pablo talks about Colin Sexton, he plays with horse blinders on. The shot's going up. Hopefully that's not true, and I know it's not true for Colin at the bare minimum. And so just injecting more guys who can dribble the basketball, that theoretically is what you would want in order to capitalize on guys who can take and make volume.
And Spencer Dinwiddie's here.
A veteran leader, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Teach them about crypto.
Dude, that's just what the Hornets locker room needs, is to learn about cryptocurrency. Oh, my God.
Because that's volatile, too. It's in their nature.
Yes. Okay. Well, I mean, we've kind of touched on it already, but the next question I have is just, what does the successful 2026 look like for the Charlotte Hornets? I assume this will be
130 games played between LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller.
Okay.
I'm setting the bar. 30 wins
yes.
plus would be like, all right, we'll take that. And then growth from Melo and Miller. Like, it's not just that we're able to get them out on the court, but they seem like they're better versions of themselves than what we saw last. And if I'm gonna be really needy or ask for a lot, I'd love to see maybe Khan play well too. The fourth overall pick being good would be awesome.
Please, can we just see you play like okay basketball, please?
But I'm telling you, this year I'm not doing the like, and you know what? I don't think I did this last year either. But I'm not doing the like. Are they sneaky for the play-ins? The East is weak.
Well, it is incredibly weak.
That's what I have written down right here. It's an extension of that. Because
They are the weak East.
Is there
Yeah,
any
the
buzz
Hornets are-
from? Is there any off-season salon buzz? Is there any like Hornets report
No.
being like, "Oh,
Yeah,
he gained some
when
muscle"?
he played in the summer league, it was like, ooh, his feel seems a little better. Seems like he knows.
Was
where
he
he's
productive
going.
in the summer league?
Honestly, I don't know what his numbers
Let
were.
me-
I remember
I'll
watching.
look
I
it
remember
up.
watching a little bit and being like, okay, like he's.
I
He
assume
looks a
he
lot
didn't
more
make
like him.
Team France.
No, but I don't know. I don't know what his actual like numbers were. But
How
I
the
did
fuck
think he
do you
was better.
Find summer league stats.
You
I can only
can't.
find
There,
his-
there are no. Actually, they might be on
Great,
Real
perfect.
GM, but
whatever. I don't know, cause like I did write down. I'm like, if they get perfect health, which for in their frame of reference, not 82 games for everybody, but like
74
ideal health.
games of LaMelo, 30, 10, and 7, 60% true shooting.
Okay,
I go
cool.
crazy.
Nice. What teams? Who do we think they could be better than in this Eastern Conference? Let's talk it out, because I am firmly in the boat. This should be healthy. This is not a Wizards tier team. This
They're
is not
going
like
to have issues at center.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
this
that's
is
fair.
this is the thing that holds them back as much as anything, is that it's not just like they're pretty decent if they still have a major hole on the roster, even at 100%. And like I like Khan, I think he can be good right away, but like, is he gonna start game 1? He might.
He might. Yeah.
I would hope.
He
so.
might.
I mean, what are we doing otherwise?
Yeah, okay. Well, and this is the thing. So it's like, this is a team that's, we're definitely going to be rough at center.
Yeah, I
But
mean, the
we're
projected
relying-
starting lineup is LaMelo, Miller, Khan, Miles Bridges, and Mason Plumlee. Like, that's just an untenable defensive front court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're not like really that good, even when they're fully healthy. They're like, we're going to start this rookie on the very first game. We're going to be a disaster at center unless his second round pick is really good immediately. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So how many teams are they going to be better than? I mean, like, I don't know. The Nets are probably not going to be that good. The Heat might really struggle this year. The Wizards are rough. If Barnes looks like he did, maybe the Raptors aren't that great. But even
Shouting
the Raptors
sneeze.
really
I usually
aren't.
don't shout when I sneeze, but I was compelled to shout. It's the witch in me. That's how you know. Guys, if you see me sneeze normal, that's me not in witch mode. But if I scream when I sneeze, that's the witch in me.
Burn them at the stake.
It's
Hit 'em
hard.
with the missile.
It's that. Oh shoot! Does that work on witch?
The
I don't know.
Salem
think-
witch trials, where they just fucking nuke all the witches. Sorry, you go.
No. Do you think your stupid little Bulls will be better than my Hornets?
Yeah. Because I think we're just healthier, and I think we have more like real
Right.
Vucevic is trash, but like he's an NBA player.
Even if the Bulls degrade to
But-
like
but he'll
Kobe
play.
White ball, I feel like that's that's just getting them into like Hornets territory. I feel like.
Yeah, and like even if I hate everyone on the team, it's just like the law of the universe is they're gonna do the most frustrating thing, which is play themselves out of the last draft lottery for a little bit. Because really, if I'm the Hornets, I'm like, this is the year. I don't care how many lotteries we lose. I have to get a shot at the big three. So, Cam Boozer, AJ DeBanza, Darren Peterson. That's the only realistic key to success for me going forward. So I'm still losing if I'm
Is
them.
this not how we were talking about Flag, Ace, and fucking Dylan Harper like a year ago?
No, it was really just Flag. Preseason, Harper didn't have the hype until the season, and then Ace Bailey had hype, but it was like true hooper hype. And then the nerds were like, I hate this guy with every
His
being
shot
in my
diet's
heart.
really tough. He's
Yeah.
taking some really, really bad shots.
But Cooper
So-
was a savior wire to wire. But
All right.
2027, there's no saviors. This year, there's right now supposed to be 3 saviors. 2027, no saviors. 2032, no players at all. So you
Nope.
really got to act. You heard about that, Matt?
Hmm?
Have you heard about the 2032 draft?
No, I have not. Hit me.
Nope. Nobody's going to enter.
Nobody's gonna enter.
There's going to be no players. So trade your
No
2030.
players.
Yeah. So
What about
what
if there
about
was
what?
no players in the draft, then you'd be the first overall pick, but you'd be a huge disappointment.
Well, me,
And
I'm
you'd
not.
get
I'm not
crushed
entering.
on social media.
I'm not.
But you could be
entering.
number 1
You could.
overall.
No, I
You'd be
can't.
number 1.
I can't get crushed on social media, dude. I can't do it. I'm not entering. And plus, it's solidarity. You don't cross picket lines. So, yeah.
Oh, they're on strike now. Okay.
Why are they striking?
Well, it's just I don't know if I don't know if it's a formal strike, but there's just you're aware of the concept of the double draft, right? Like and there's strong drafts and there's weak drafts and there's the year people think all the we're going to let high schoolers in, it's going to be the double draft. There might be a year no one signs up due to
Could be.
and World War II, people like to say it's the Archduke Franz Ferdinand. It's a confluence of factors, and so I'm sure it'll be a confluence of factors.
I like
NBA Europe
I like,
steals every player.
I like going. I'm not going to cross the picket line. I don't know if they're striking. So you see like a small business struggle, no one going there, and you're like, I don't cross picket lines. I'm not going in there.
I'd rather not take the chance than
Well,
ask.
If you, what team would you want to go to?
What team?
You're the first overall pick. Yeah, in 2032.
You want to play for the Bulls? You could get very close to
Oh.
some high level executives.
Do I have ALS?
What is that?
If I got diagnosed with ALS, I might be a little reckless.
How? Isn't that the ice bucket challenge?
Yep.
So what you?
We're not behind a paywall, dude. Chill out.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so the only other
Josh
thing I wrote down
Lerman knows what I'm talking
about successful season for the Hornets is just avoiding the chaos that it turned into.
I
last year.
had a lot more hypothetical Pablo being the first overall pick.
Hey, well, let's do. I don't give a fuck.
But it's
what we
all.
do.
Yeah, no, I think the Hornets could win. Yeah, they could be the 11th seed for sure.
No, but like I straight up wouldn't do if literally no one entered and they were like, if I'm the one guy
You
who
would do
signs up, I'm the number one
What
pick
would you
for 20 million.
what would your draft outfit, Jack? These are for you too. What would your draft outfit be, and what would be your go-to like Adam Silver greets you on the stage? How are you?
I give him the
addressing
handshake.
him?
I go for the
Handshake?
handshake, and then I
Some people
slide
go,
it back.
"Ooh, okay.
I go in for the hug all excited, and then I go, ooh, and then everyone thinks Adam Silver stinks.
That would be really good. Oh, stinky Adam Silver blows the first overall pick.
He has not been doing a great job.
No, he's terrible.
He's a slut,
He's
dude.
been-
Well, he's
the
just getting
worst of it.
outshone by the WNBA commissioner being like, all of my players should kill themselves. I'm in charge. Don't talk to me about any of that.
See, but
shit.
it's that versus don't watch the games. It's tough shit.
And he
I
probably
hate the players
he
versus
probably
don't
owns-
watch the games.
That's probably like his Netanyahu. Like he owns her, I'm sure, and like he could do whatever he wants with a single phone call. But like it's just like autonomous, theoretically or whatever. So I'm sure he's to blame for all the issues with the WNBA as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I hate him so much.
Really, that highlight league thing, dude. I mean, it's just so. He is like the basketball is good in spite of him at every turn. It feels like like literally every issue. The fact that it's becoming more expensive, and the more I watch football, the more it stands out to me how bad the NBA is in terms of like commercial cutaways and stoppages. Just like the NFL, I really enjoy the fact that they're like, we'll be back in 30 seconds or whatever. Whereas the NBA, it's like, just they cut to commercial. It's like, I don't know when the fuck we're coming back or anything. And they stick around more during stoppages. Whereas it feels like every single opportunity to insert advertisement or
Yeah.
commercial into an NBA game is completely taken advantage of. And I get that the NFL doesn't have to worry about money as much because they're fucking, they own Sunday and everything. But it's just insane to me how, like,
I mean,
the
the
NBA
NBA
fucks it up.
doesn't have to do what they're doing and just like milking everything. Like, I don't know if David, I don't know if David Stern would operate this way, but he is really like, it really
More racist,
is.
less capitalist, if I had to guess.
It really is capitalism on overdrive. Like, everything is torn down to the studs. The presentation is a 0 because we have to shove all the ads in here. And then anytime he does try and do something presentation-wise, like a plus, it goes terribly. Like
It's fucking lame.
the
He's a
courts-
loser.
The courts are horrible. The colored courts, and then he can't bring it. He can't bring the stickers back for the finals, which everyone loves. Then they're like, he tells YouTube TV, put a 3D trophy on the TV. It looks like garbage, and then they just take it away.
I mean, that looked so bad.
Yeah, they don't
And
even
it's so-
try and
it's
do
so,
anything
like,
back.
It's almost, I don't know if it's worse or whatever, but it is certainly cringe to, like, for
Well-
Twitter to be outraged and then be like, okay, well, I'll put the video
Yeah,
graphic
it is.
on there.
It's pathetic, and the courts will never look good if you have big ass ads on them and like the other diagonal spots from the trophy. That doesn't work, and it's not gonna look good. There just has to be less ads. You just can't, like, it just won't look good
Yes.
with ads. And on some level, that's true with a lot of the jerseys too. It's not the case for all of them, but some of them are definitely like majorly downgraded. Like the Thunder jerseys with like the big colored loves patch. Like, it looks
doesn't
yeah.
look
awful. It looks terrible. I would never get it, even while I'm, if I was a Thunder fan, I probably would. But like, those are terrible looking jerseys because of the ad. A lot of the courts.
That's actually
look like
Thunder fans'
trash because of
biggest
the ad.
upset thing
Yeah.
right now. Thunder fans are like, my life is so good. The jerseys are unwearable.
I do think OKC's jerseys are unfortunately some of the worst in the.
Yeah, they
I don't know.
are. I don't love that shade of blue.
I did an episode on this. Who do you guys think has the worst branding in the NBA right now?
Worst
Like
branding,
jerseys and
Pelicans.
just overall look.
I'd go
Pelicans we had
Pelicans.
low. Pelicans were bottom tier, like legitimately not.
I
good.
hate the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, really?
It feels like nothing to me. Like,
I
so maybe,
see where
maybe
you're
that
coming from.
avoids offensiveness in terms
But
of
you're
just
wrong.
nothing being there, but I guess Pelicans
said-
are bad. What
I
do you
said
got?
the Wizards.
Oh, that is absolutely fair. Holy
The like big
Really?
the jerseys with like the big stripe, like half block
Yeah,
of color.
those
You
are
know what I'm
not
talking
good.
about? Those are awful. Those are the worst.
And
Those are the worst.
Yeah.
The
I don't know if you-
Timberwolves jerseys like that suck too.
The Wizards, they're like whatever city or statement or whatever jersey just leaked, and they're doing like the gold colorway they used to have with Gilbert Arenas, except it's a gold version of the block thing that you're
Yeah,
talking
it looks
about.
awful. I mean, those
And-
are immediately some of the worst jerseys in the league.
It's hideous, and it's like, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting around for, maybe if they get like Boozer, Darren Peterson, DeBancer, whoever, they've been waiting for their savior to really rebrand.
This
but
is
it's-
the year before the Savior. They want to look as bad as possible for the documentary. Okay, I see their vision.
It
I'm
is
just
so
saying, 'cause, like-
embarrassing to like get the like Denver for the greatest era of their team. I don't like their uniforms or anything about
No.
like the aesthetic. Like aesthetically, the finals between them and Miami was gross. Like it just looked
Yeah.
bad.
Or you know who might really be the worst is the Cavs. I was thinking about this after the episode. I mean, Cleveland's like I don't remember what jersey is what name, what's icon, what's legend, whatever the hell they're calling them. But like their base jerseys of like we've made the logo just the C and the jerseys are just black with the number on it and nothing else. Just white with the number on it and like nothing else. Those look like practice jerseys as
Yeah.
much as any jersey in the league does right now.
And that's unfortunate because they have a cool team too. And we were talking about this we got asked about like just like new jerseys every year and everything. And it's like I feel like in a former era we would have like a jersey, a set of uniforms that visually we would identify with the Donovan Mitchell era in Cleveland. You would see like a uniform and you'd be like, "Yo, remember remember the Darius Garland, Mobley, Allen, Mitchell Cavs, and now it's just like there's just a flood of everything, and
It's so much you don't do the same at all.
Yeah, there's no visual ID, and it looks like shit. Like you get the worst of both worlds for most teams. Like there's really not that many jerseys where I'm like, whoa, that looks so good.
Yeah, and it feels like even when they get a hit, they don't stick with it. They have to change it up every single year. I would be fine with it if it's like, okay, you release a Wizards jersey, it's bad, it happens, and we're just going to move on in a year. We're going to say we didn't like this one that much. Let's try something new. That would be cool. But it's even when they have something good, they move on. I mean, I don't think the Cavs have beat their first stint LeBron look yet. Everything they've done. I mean, that's the wine and gold. Those are great jerseys.
Yeah.
And the
it's too
navy
bad
ones
they've
too. Like they have so
Yeah.
many good colorways of those. That
The
just,
like 90s ones you're talking, or like 80s, or no?
Early 2000s.
like-
They were
No, I
were-
like the LeBron ones. What's the navy ones? There's navy. Oh, just the
Well, you know
alternate LeBron color.
Yeah.
I don't
'Cause-
think. I think those were just like a deep blue. I don't know if they were fully navy, or maybe I'm wrong in thinking about a different
Okay.
jersey.
Guys.
But I like
That's-
them.
it's
I
a
like
big
the Mark
difference.
Price. I like the Mark Price Cavs too.
Is that like the
They
bright
had-
blue ones or what?
I do like, but they wear those sometimes too. But
Yeah.
the most egregious team to me, I mentioned this last episode, is Orlando. Like I think they had it from the jump, and their court looks so good. I love a lively, bright court, and then they just ruin it with some disgusting.
How are we feeling about
jerseys
this logo, man? I'm looking at the logo right now.
of the Magic?
I don't love it. Well, it's just another circle. Like I'm anti-circle logo. I think that's like, if you want to talk about the everything looks the sameification of
They
the
cannot
NBA.
they cannot get anything right with the brand. Like silver's NBA really. I'll
gotta
say the
have,
plan
like-
they got.
He's got to have like the worst consulting group just handling branding ever, and it's just like
You know what decision he made bothers me more than anything else
What's that?
is the 65 game minimum. And I know a lot of people are very pro 65 game minimum, or they they want the players to play. And it's like fine, whatever. But like the way that they pushed that out was like so harmful to the league and like what people thought of the players, because when they talked about that, and one of the guys in like the executive or whatever you want to call it, who was like talking about it, was Joe Dumars, who was like, well, back in my day we used to play 82 games. It's an 82 game league, and that's the way it's going to be. And I understand on some level that's how it is, because like it's the players want to play and make money and so on or whatever. But when they pushed out that 65 game minimum, they were basically like, we think the reason that players are missing games is because they're lazy. We think our players just don't care. And first off, it's not it. It's not what's happening.
Absolutely
Obviously, that's not what's happening. Second off, why would you want to like tell everybody? You're like giving in to Outkick or whoever who wants to push that type of stuff about the NBA. And since then, they've basically never come out and been like, oh yeah, maybe we took the L, maybe we were wrong. So they've changed the rules in a way that not only I think like is stupid, because I think having a hard cutoff for games played instead of a gradual system is stupid, but the perception of the league has gotten worse because of it. So that's the most frustrating move they've made by far. And I felt like I was kind of a silver defender. Like with the play-in stuff especially. Like the play-in is good. The play-in
the
works.
play-in's-
People are wrong
Yeah.
about the play-in.
the play-in is good
But-
in it's really just the Bulls that abuse it. They're the problem, really.
Yeah. Well, the plan's
It's-
elite in the West and pointless.
Yeah.
Like if the conference
Yeah.
sucks, and maybe I've seen people throw out suggestions of
it
like,
should be
like,
triggered, a triggered event.
Yeah. If you're within 5 games, we could do the play. If you're within 7 or whatever, we could do the play-in. Which in the West, it makes February hoops incredibly impactful, very exciting. Like as the playoffs get closer, things become more important, and that's like elite. But in the East, there's some criticisms where it's like, oh, we get to see Miami sneaks in to get stomped by Cleveland or whatever, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. Do you guys have like a theory on why the East is so consistently worse than the West? I mean, like I've never really like put that much thought into why that's the case. Is it? I've always kind of figured it's just odds. Like there's not that many teams, so if you get a handful of bad owners on one side or bad franchises, it can swing things a lot. But I mean, virtually my entire life that's been the case, that the West has been better than the East, virtually always.
Yes, I would. It's very rare to have a year where you can even argue that they're close in
like
terms of my lifetime.
Yeah, I feel like there was a couple a few years ago where it was like kind of close.
Like
when
Giannis is going
was
crazy,
really
and
doing
KD
his
and
thing.
Harden and Kyrie like everybody's going off. Yeah, I don't know. I would wager some of it has to do with like maybe there's more tantalizing free agency options in the West. I would need to go and look at like how many
Maybe,
people
but
have actually
Miami's in
moved.
the East, and Boston's in the East, and Chicago. These are like pretty big locales. I mean, it's not L.A. Nothing
I'm
will ever
thinking
beat
also,
the Lakers in L.A.
All three Texas teams, you do get no income tax on top of every California team. Besides, like Sacramento's obviously not drawing people in, but like you do generally get to live in California, which is sick. And certainly LA has just been like a constant of.
Sure, but where is the East? Oklahoma City. OKC's the best team in the NBA right now. That just doesn't. I mean, I guess Milwaukee was, but Milwaukee's.
It's probably like a mixture of a lot of things. Like probably there are more viable free agency destinations in the West than the East, combined with I think the West tends to like have better draft luck in optimal years. Like you just happen to get Cooper Flagg in the West, you happen to get Wemby in the West, you get Paolo in the East, you get like all these guys. Yeah, and then I wonder if there's an owner disparity. Like I know my owner is hot garbage and has turned the third biggest market in the league into a garbage dump, and that is a big deal. Like this is supposed to be
That's crazy. Chicago's not good.
Yeah, and the Knicks. The same thing happened to the Knicks for like 20 years.
Yeah, two of the biggest markets where you would expect guys to maybe be interested in going have been decimated by idiot owners in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and then like
that would be. It's one thing to be a bad owner. It's another thing to screw up the Knicks. For
the New
2
York
decades.
Knicks.
It's
Yeah.
the Knicks,
and
man.
see, if you're an NBA commissioner, is your role not to intervene to prevent your flagship teams from becoming complete dumpster fires? Like Adam Silver can't do anything. He can't do anything to step in
or at
and
least like
regulate.
a vote of no confidence or something. Like
There
like,
has to be a mechanism, but I mean, there's no way they're going to put it in now. And like, and I don't even know bootlicker Adam Silver would even do anything. That
no,
like
he would never do it.
There should have been like in a world where you force out Donald Sterling, like there should have been. Which I wonder, like Donald Sterling, was that what year was that?
Oh man.
Was that
I'm gonna go 13.
Was that pre-woke? Like, if that happens today, he probably can't even. They don't have the political power to push him out. Like, and,
to August 2014, he sells the Clippers.
it's 2014, so maybe woke was around back then.
I guess it was probably getting off the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that would have been. I
certainly-
mean, that would have been year 6.
Yeah, like we were
of
like
Obama in office. It would have been starting to get there. Yeah.
that was a moment in time where it's like guy says extremely racist thing on recording. We got a cut and dry situation as opposed to like. I mean, I can't even imagine what would happen now.
I mean, today
Floods of
they'd be
donations
like-
would have come in, and he would have been able to go far into the luxury tax, bolstering the Clippers roster.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
so someone
probably,
can't
dude.
say freedom of speech in your own home is dead, I guess. This was an illegal
It's
recording.
his team. He's not allowed to ask people to just, watch who they bring. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, private business, dude. That's what he owns. But yeah, like I'm sure it's like a crazy confluence of a bunch of different factors. It's also crazy that like this isn't even an Adam Silver, but that they allowed the teams from Seattle and Vancouver to go to Memphis and Oklahoma City. Like, it really is crazy. Like, the only
It's crazy
reason,
there's no Seattle team.
the only reason the NBA is successful, honestly, is because Bird Magic, then Jordan, then TV died out for everything except live sports. So that's like Adam Silver is being carried by that. They are doing their best to like destroy this league, and like every team, their package is separated into 4 different TV channels. You can't regulate that. Like, it's a disaster.
Well, it's a highlight league. We don't need to regulate it because you could just go on YouTube.
Granted, like, I have the same issue with, I mean, I was trying to watch the Reds. I'm not a big baseball guy, but
They
were
have
going
blackout
on like a
issues
run
as
trying to
well,
make
the MLB.
And it's like, I just give up at a point. I just don't, like,
Yeah.
if it's not on, I'm just not going to watch it. And now that Stream East is, like, kaput, like, okay, you got it. You won. I won't watch the games. I'll only catch a handful that I'm allowed to watch, or I'll go to a couple of them. But I'm not, as a casual fan, going to go, like, pay even more money. I mean, I'm already paying extra
$90
just to watch,
a year
like,
for Reds TV.
good Lord. Like, I'm trying to watch Cincinnati Bearcats. Like, that's a team. With football, I'm more into, like, okay, you got, I'll give you the 8 there, but whatever. It's super, super frustrating. I don't feel like many leagues are well run, if I'm being honest. I mean, the NFL to a point is pretty good, but I think they're carried in large part by the fact that you cannot play that many games, as we've probably talked about before.
And they're trying
College
their best
football,
to up the games, which is kind of crazy.
It'll go to 18. It'll go to 18.
Do you think, like,
100%.
they say like they want 20? Like, do you think how far can we go? Like, and they're talking about expansion to who was it the NFL or was it Adam Silver talking about we can have a team in London?
Well, in the NFL, I mean, I can never keep up because there's like they're always saying something about that. They want to get to a point where they're playing an international game on everybody's schedule. That's what they want to get to. So there's 16, there's one international game per week, no matter what, because that both, like, depending on where it's played, it can give them like an earlier time slot. So there's literally football all day from an East Coast perspective, and just because they want to expand the game globally, and that type of thing. As far as like the games, I mean, they're going to keep taking away preseason games. Is what they're going to do.
Oh, really?
They'll say we'll trade out a preseason.
Oh, and then
game
we're
if
gonna
you
get
give us
the
another regular season game. Yeah, the issue is that like the guys playing the preseason games are not the guys playing the regular season games. And football, I mean, it's like brutal. Like people get crushed every week. Some star player is gonna go down with, horrific injury or whatnot. So I think it'd be better. I think 16 is plenty. I think even 14 could be enough. But it's not. I mean, that's not like the end of the world. College football is pretty bad, though. I mean, they're talking about.
Games? I mean, they always had a
it's not
game, right?
They're gonna continue to expand the playoff and their conference format. I mean, like everything got destroyed there, and now
the Pac-12
the
is
Big
dead,
Ten
right?
ranges from Rutgers to Oregon, and
It's crazy
like
how you
that,
used to
which
play
is
schools
ridiculous.
close to you and stuff. It's like, what the hell?
And that's a bummer. But like now, there's big private equity coming in and investing into like the Big Ten or whatever, and that's obviously not gonna be a good thing for the sport.
I'm trying to get some.
And then
public
I feel like more so than any other sport, and maybe I'm wrong. There are more people in college football carrying water as like talking heads for corporate interest or for like just the interest of the conference as a whole than there is in any other sport. It's insane how many guys I think are just like totally beholden to what is best for like the Big Ten or the SEC or whatnot, and then push like propaganda for them, and it's incredibly frustrating. It's so annoying.
What's really crazy is like the NFL has their operating issues, but where they are good is they're kind of like an imperial nation, and so they recently bought a stake in ESPN, right? Or was it ESPN Bet, or was it ESPN itself?
I think it was straight up ESPN.
Yeah, and like that's just
Right.
going to become controlled media for that, like your main like news outlet. And they've like partnered with like the betting companies, which the NBA is doing too. And it's just like they're creating like
Yeah.
a straight up empire where like we're getting a piece of pie of everything. We're going to control the media. We're going to control the gambling. We're going to play games. We're going to spread it worldwide. There's going to be NFL Sao Paulo. There's going to be NFL here and there because everyone watches this, and we're going to take over. It's crazy versus
And
Adam.
they probably will.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you think
the
it
betting-
could spread to Europe if they like?
I think the travel on a week-to-week schedule is just too much. The issue is that if you have a team out there, maybe you could get away with like, let's say you put 4 teams in Europe, right? So you can have like a division in Europe. Maybe you need to get to 5 because then you'd be expanding so much. But let's say you have a division in Europe. You play what? 8-9 home games. Then you would play 3 road games that are reasonable. They're in Europe. They're very short flights, right? So you could get to 11, 12 games of not terrible travel. Could you get a team if you were at 17, so you're playing, 6 games where you have to fly across a continent? I don't know how logistically possible that is. It seems like it would be very tough. And then the playoffs would be very tough. And anybody who had to, go and fly out there to play a game would be very frustrated. I don't know.
And in the NBA, they famously, people hate playing for the Raptors because, number one, Canadian taxes, which I think European taxes are probably worse. Number two, they have to go through customs every time they get back to the country, which they all complain about it, which is so funny. I can't imagine it'll be a big destination. And I also saw someone say on Twitter the other day, can you imagine fielding, if 4 new teams came, fielding 5 playable offensive linemen for 4 new teams? It's just not. There's just not enough people in existence.
And are you gonna send okay? If you imagine Patrick Mahomes, could he go and play in German? It's okay. I'm trying to think about that. It might be frustrating. What about some 9th string wide receiver who's definitely not gonna make the roster? He's got to fly out to Paris to go try out. I mean, sometimes guys get signed for a week and then get cut. If you have to fly across the globe to do that, it makes everything way more difficult. And there's some of that in the NBA, but it's not nearly as bad as it is in football.
Yeah. It is crazy. I follow some G League guys on TikTok, and I don't know, they just post my last month, and it's I played in Delaware for 30 minutes, then I played in Nevada, and I played in Canada, and then I got invited to a tournament down in Florida, and it's just holy shit. I don't know, just the lengths, the guys on the fringes of professional sports who are you're living the dream, you're living your dream. It's just such a fucking crazy life to live. I feel like that has to be so taxing. Holy shit. And for football, I mean, because basketball, it's fake physical. You do a tough post up or whatever. Football, you're getting laid out once a game or whatever.
Well, it's also psychotic that the NBA has done nothing with the G League, and the G League has improved. Despite the NBA, I feel like it's so nuts to have an entire machine before the NBA that builds up stars for you. There's the hoop mixtape industry, which is so powerful that guys like Cam Reddish are still making millions of dollars based off him being cool in high school, in hoop mixtape videos. Anthony Edwards said it once, he's the hardest guy to guard. There's this entire industry where they build them up from high school, then they become college stars, and then you have people like Jimmer Fredette with crazy star power where you can't figure out how to make this guy a thing in the G League. You couldn't figure. We have so many different college basketball stars who aren't NBA level. You could easily make your minor league thing into a compelling league because people don't always need to watch the best basketball possible. People watch randos on YouTube play pickup. I
College
watch
basketball is incredibly popular, and they suck.
And it's the worst basketball on earth. And so it's crazy that instead they were Now, this is going to be a league where we literally handpick the worst cities in America, Fort Wayne, Indiana, wherever the Rio Grande Vipers are, and we're just going to make this the worst experience possible. And you also, like, one of the most popular sporting events of the year in America every year is March Madness, where people are attracted to the tournament format. They don't care about the names of any of the guys. The NBA can't tap into that at all. Like, they've never thought of a way to incorporate that.
We can't do any of that. What we're going to do is change the name of the league from the D League to the G League for
Gatorade.
That we can do. Everything else, I don't know much about.
It's the same shit,
yeah,
pretty much.
I mean, like, you think about baseball, MLB. I mean, the AAA teams can be really big. I mean, when I was growing up, it was the Columbus Clippers, right, in Columbus. And, like, they have a great park. And going to a baseball game and hanging out and just being there and it not really being about the baseball is maybe a little bit more accepted than it is with basketball or whatever. But, like, yeah, it would be cool if Cincinnati had a G League team. I'd definitely go to games, for sure.
Yeah, and, like the MLB, it's literally like an advantage built into the sport because baseball, like, they have these thriving AAA teams, but, like, nobody knows anybody on the team, and, like, there's, like, multiple levels of you got to get through it. NFL can't have a minor league, really. Well, I guess they could try and just play college stars and develop them, but you die if you play too many games. Like, this is supposed to be, like, one of your few advantages, but you can't even take advantage of that. Like, it's crazy.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I'm looking at old North Charleston Low Gators.
Oh, Omaha's is the Storm Chasers.
In Illinois, there's the Kane County Cougars. I don't know where they are. I don't know if they're.
It seems like they
connected
used to lean into the sort of like goofy AA, AAA name.
Well, the Savannah Bananas have just they've ruined the market for everything.
Yeah, how many guys are any of those guys real players? Like, they could have.
I don't think so.
They could have
think
like been competitive, but they're like, I dance better.
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think it's. I know it's not like super serious, right?
No, it's like the Globetrotters of baseball.
Oh, is there a preseason game on right now? That's what Cone just tweeted out.
It's October 2nd.
Oh,
yeah, there is.
Preseason of what?
Preseason of the NBA. Let me see. It's Sixers Knicks are playing in Abu Dhabi right now.
Who put Abu Dhabi on their jersey?
Mikal Bridges turnover. Not surprising.
Fraud.
I'm hungry as shit. Who do you think's gonna win the 26th NBA title, Mr. Sponhour?
I think it's gonna be Thunder again.
Fuck you. But I'll write it down.
Have you gotten any predictions that weren't that?
Joel, didn't he say Cavs or something? Like, just to be controversial, or no?
No, I don't think so. I swear damn, I lost my fucking.
Maybe he just said they'd make it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he.
Or maybe he said they could be sneaky.
He said the Knicks. He said Knicks lose to the Thunder because he was our Knicks preview. That's what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, and he was trashing the Cavs. Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up.
Matt.
I have one more question for you guys before we get out. I know we've been going a long time. When people talk about the State of the League podcast, do you think they say that's Pablo in them or that's Jack in them?
I think it's most of because we get a lot of lobbyist requests always start with, "Hey, Jizz and Piz" or whatever.
They make a horrific alteration.
But if they're doing that one Cade Cunningham bit,
I'll give it to Pablo. I think Pablo's our secret sauce around here. I think I'm.
I didn't mean to pit you two guys against each other.
No, I don't like him, but he makes me money. So
I think if they mention one name, it's probably mine because it's more specific than Jack, a.k.a. Jokic Joestar.
Oh, that's Pablo Escobar in them?
Yeah.
Escobar in them.
That's Jokic Joestar in them?
But I
you know what?
Plus, they can avoid the is it Jokic or Jokic? It doesn't make any sense. The J's are different.
Whenever I see references in the wild, they just say SOTL or State of the
Yeah.
League. Like
So
it's just referred to.
They're not doing the Cade Cunningham clip
Yeah, one time someone
in comments.
for a little bit, some people in our live Patreon they said in the comments, the hosts. They're like the hosts have a little tension today. So,
That's so fucking
What did you guys have tension about?
we did it. It was just fun.
Um,
Like they just comment crazy stuff. One guy like commented last episode. He's like, "This is the worst show on earth. I don't know how you guys still make this." And then he also commented, "I look forward to this every week. This is the best show ever." Like back to back.
what do people say with Stay Hot? Who is it? Matt? and
Oh,
them,
well, it's
or
Matt
what?
Masterclass in the comments every episode. And then
It's
I'm gonna
and-
go to your YouTube, see what the most recent comments are.
I can't look at the comments. It's too much like you fucking hate the Seahawks, bro.
Dude,
Which I
I-
was
I-
too low on the
Football,
Seahawks affairs.
the
but-
animosity of football, like maybe we're just not mainstream enough for people to like really like fans of the teams to come out and try to kill us. I would like you guys get some mean responses.
well, they're
about
more
stuff.
serious. Like yeah, they're like
yeah, that specking doesn't help. But then and like we're not like totally butting up all the time or whatever. But like
But Theo Ash is
Theo-
like intelligentsia. He's considered.
Theo puts himself out there a lot,
Yeah.
I think, and people get mad about.
I liked
that,
his
you know.
video of what Giants fans want me to say after where he's like, crime will be fixed in New York City.
That was a good one.
It killed me.
Like they take it personally
No,
when
but
he
he-
says Jake Browning isn't that much of a difference from from Joe Burrow. And they're like, kill this kid. I can't believe he said that.
And then I think that like compounds with like him, he gives woke takes on Twitter. He makes woke videos on TikTok sometimes, and then that makes people really want to get at him when he misses, I think.
And
Guess trans people aren't that cool. Browns just got fucking stomped, pal.
also it is more of a juxtaposition, I feel like, to be the NFL nerd guy versus the NBA nerd, because they are so beefy and huge, and it's like, you never stepped on the field, bro. You never fucking bled out your nose for this. You don't know anything. Versus NBA, I feel like they're more acquainted with analytics. Like,
Yeah.
do NFL players, are they into analytics at all? Like the way like Tyrese Halliburton will talk about analytics. Like there's clearly some guys who have embraced it. Is anyone into that stuff as a
Not
player?
on the same level. It's just a different type of game. It just doesn't matter quite as. I don't think it has anything to do with like. I'm sure there's some guys who like know about that type of thing or whatever, but basketball lends itself to it more than football does. Just the same way that like baseball lends itself to analytics way more than either of those two sports. Where it's like you're not serious if you're like, I'm just gonna go out there and swing my swing and God bless the troops.
I know what pitches
Doesn't-
I like. I know what pitches I don't. I think I'm gonna find some success out there today. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we fucking name
Oh
dropped
my
Stay
god,
Hot like
VJ
10 times.
Edgecombe got an offensive rebound. Oh my god, what a beast! Oh,
How
he's
high did
picking
he
up
jump?
full court. Oh,
Okay, Matt. Plug anything. Doesn't
I'm
have to be
Spawn
plug
Hour
anything.
or Spawn Hour M anywhere that you want to find me, and please unsubscribe from the State of the League.
No,
because,
we're
you know,
cutting
it's not
stop,
worth
stop. Have you guys seen there's a Patreon glitch right now? So, like, I checked our numbers, and it's like 1,000 members. I was like, no freaking way. But then I looked at the subreddit, and there's a guy who posts, like, I guess I'm the #1 creator on Patreon now. I have 50,000. Yeah,
Oh,
see, it
that's
says
great.
it says we have 1,007 members right now. And if I stay hot, you guys have 1,099. You don't, actually.
Damn.
There are only 100 less than us. They're going to pass us.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no,
My
man.
goodness.
Whatever.
You do.
I
You're
do.
such a
I
weenie
do.
about it.
That's why I'm asking for the unsubs.
Unsub, isn't that like what they say in cop shows?
Ooh, that is. But that's not how I meant it.
No, Matt's a detective. ACAB, by the way. So
VJ is
unsubscribe from
going
Stay Hot Patreon,
crazy,
actually.
dude. This is awesome.
Subscribe twice to the Stay Hot Patreon.
Okay. everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hey, I love it. Dude, just a 2-hour real. We got into the nitty gritty.
I
baby.
love 30 minutes of Adam Silver hate. I could do 30
Yeah,
hours.
I could do an hour, man. Let me tell you what. All right, David
That's
Robinson.
slut promoting underwear. You know about that, man? Skims.
Jay-
No, the
What do you-
commissioner should never talk about underwear.
David Robinson, take it away.
Up tempo means I'm gonna run you into the ground.